It's currently 1:52 p.m., October 29th. I'm at the library. I want to talk about stone energy very briefly. I am not an expert at it. If you want to speak to or listen to an expert, go to Frank Zhu, Z-H-U, and look at his videos on YouTube. He's the go-to guy, okay? Travels around the world trying to find stones, and he's really into it. In my case, after I had first seen Jay's videos back in something like September of 2016, followed by Aya in October, November of the same year, I decided that I was going to test the waters and get a stone from the spiritual foundation. And I had ordered a high crystal star essonite stone in, it must have been something like April, May of the following year, 2017. And I took that stone and I did as Jay would say, and I know people, well, anyway, people have a hard time trying to feel stone energy and that way, and so did I. And I was getting really frustrated, and it just so happens that after having this stone for a month or so and not getting any success, it's hard to recall the exact details here of the circumstance, but I flopped down on my bed. It was a summertime. I have a bay window. I look out at the lake, and as I was lying down, kind of making a short story long, I guess here, we typically, because of the cold weather all the time, we use sleeping bags, spread out over the bed for blankets instead of regular blankets. Blankets just don't cut the ice when it's seriously cold at times up here. And we don't have heat. We have propane heat that runs out. So you got to refer to blankets and whatever, mubby bags, whatever. So I lay down on the bed, and it was hot, and this was summertime, right? So what I did was, with the stone in the high crystal star essonite stone in hand, which I had been trying to feel while sitting in a lazy boy chair, I had walked over to the bed and laid down. It was too hot on the surface of the cover, so I'm giving you a fuller picture so you understand where I'm coming from. I lifted up my body, so it's like that, right? And I yanked at the sleeping bag out from underneath me so that my body could fall on the sheets. And while I was doing that, I realized it was a struggle holding this high crystal star essonite in my hand. And Jay has always said that that's the most powerful stone out there. So I figured, well, why take a chance in dropping it on the floor or something? So I stuck it here in the crook of my neck, and I went like that. And then I pulled the covers out, and then I lied down, and all of a sudden I started feeling something that I'd never felt before. It's really weird. I didn't realize till later that this is the area that the pineal energy exists, right? So in effect, what I had been doing is putting the stone directly into the line of the pineal energy. And as I quickly recovered and took the stone away from my neck, I began to realize that, hey, this might be something I want to practice with. Instead of holding it like this, hold it like that, see what happens. So I was doing that same thing every time I'd lie down in bed and felt the urge to explore stone energy again. So I would do that, and then I'd notice little pricks in my body, just anywhere. I don't know whether it were trigger points. At that point, I wasn't familiar with trigger point um, theory or whatever you call it. And then I guess ultimately what happened was I had kept it there for minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and all of a sudden, my body started to jump like a fish out of water. It's like, you gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. It's like uncontrollably, I couldn't control it. So, um, it freaked me out. And if you were ever to try this, might do the same for you. I don't know. We're all different. We're all different in the way we feel life, right? Feel our physicality. So I kept I kept doing that for a while, and then for some reason I just floated past the idea of having explored that idea or the feeling further. In part because losing control of my body is like, you can't imagine. I mean, I was doing all kinds of weird stuff, right? It's dispiriting somehow. It's scary. So I kind of walked away from stone energy, and it was only in and I kept the stone next to my desk, right where I read, and of course it was layering me with its the power it has, from being cranked up by Deanna and Jay Essex, and whoa. Anyway, other weird stuff started happening along the way, and I don't know if now's the time to talk about it, but yeah, I'll talk about this stuff. It's the array cards, the June array card, whatever you call them, Jay's cards. Sorry, Jay. And it was weird. I live in the woods, and these freaking fae, man, they're fucking. Excuse me. They're pervs, man. They get a big deal of gratification from playing with my body. And I don't like that. So hopefully this video will pass. The YouTube administration doesn't like anybody cussing, and I accidentally let something pass there. Um, we'll see when I try to upload this video to YouTube, I guess, in a minute here. But all I can say is it may be a way for some of you, and if you're having a difficult time trying to initially feel stone energy, to try that as a possibility. I don't know. Again, everybody's body's different, and we respond to frequencies different. The frequencies of the stone, obviously. And along came the spheres, which is another topic for a video. They're too strong for me. I have all these spheres, 10 spheres. I have to stick them in the garage because it makes my mind just flutter, go crazy. I can't sleep at nights. It's that strong. I've kept them out in the when I started getting them in 2019. When I started to use them, I didn't realize how powerful Jay made those videos. And Deanna, she's got her energy in there as well when they crank the stones up. So I've had to just keep them out in the garage, and every once in a while I'll bring them in, and or at least one in, like the pineal sphere I have. Set it on my desk. I can only tolerate the energy for 3 days, and then I have to remove it. I don't know what the solution is. Maybe I should sell them or something, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm having enough challenge with holding on to myself because of the throes of integrating all this energy that I'm experiencing. And it's really funny. I might have said this a long time ago, but when I started watching Jay's videos, Jay Essex videos, back in 2016, I wouldn't snicker at him, and I'm going, geez, what's this guy talking about? I kept, coming across his videos on the sidebar of my my laptop screen, and I was in YouTube and kept seeing him in his overalls, and so I started watching more and more videos. And at one point Jay said in a video that I make you look at my videos for some people out there. So, I don't know. Would the videos put out some kind of a solicitation frequency? So, you know, I kept at it. And I also was listening to Aya's videos. Um, was it Aya's videos? No, Bershu, Andre. My apology. I like Aya's videos. By the way, I've got them all. I downloaded them all off of JRA Archives. You might want to do that as well. Um, Very sophisticated videos, by the way. So the spheres at this point, because only my experience with the power of these spheres, I wouldn't recommend getting a full-size sphere at this point. I'd get the smaller sphere. I forget what they call them, but you're paying half the price. And if if you mate essentially with the sphere and get along and connect with the sphere, go for the bigger one too. That's family size. That's it radiates energy everywhere. And you can crank up your family or your friends. But maybe next time, if if I decide to get another sphere, I'll get the smaller ones. Again, I forgot the name of them. My brain is just going wacko here as I'm evolving, I guess. So, I guess I don't have anything more to say with regard to stone energy. It it does its job. I can feel it when I have a sphere in my room for 3 days. It grabs my brain and it just, ugh, it works it. So, um, the only other thing I have to say is I've purchased Frank Zoo's stones, and I like them because they're not as strong, and that's not a bad thing either, folks. Like for someone like me, it's been so long since I've been in the focus of bringing all my stones, including Frank's, out of the garage and playing with them again. And I think what I'm going to do is step into this um, by bringing his stones uh, from the garage into my room and just rest them next to me. Now, I've already said that I have the healing sphere, the max healing sphere in my bedroom, and I've moved out of there because of the guy downstairs is nuts. I don't want to make noise to piss him off uh, more than he is now and cause more trouble that he has. I don't need to get into it, but I'm used to that now at that distance, and we're talking maybe 30 feet away. So the reach of it isn't maybe as far, but I got to keep it there. And it's probably good that I do because I need to focus on just gliding through this transformation we'll take following a crank up without all these obstacles. It's got to be a smooth flow. Jay talks about flow being very important in one of his videos as well. Well, I'm lingering. I'm going to head on and I'm going to upload these videos and take it for what it is. I'm still practicing being a better at narration, and it's getting to be kind of fun. And you folks out there, if you've been cranked up, give it a shot. Do something. Get back to the spiritual foundation and humanity. Jay has spent so much time trying to help us, connect with our metaphysicality. And it's the saddest thing I ever saw was when Jave, in the middle of one of his videos, he said, people aren't going to be uh, producing videos until after I cross over. And I thought that was frickin' revelational. I mean, it blew my mind that he would say that. First of all, he said that because he's embarrassed that nobody's taking up the lead in producing videos. He's asked people time and time again, even offering them certain benefits. I don't know what that would be to do it. But as it stands now, nobody's producing videos. If you know of someone producing a channel that it talks about their metaphysicality, that have been or are members of the spiritual foundation, give me a link. I want to see this stuff. But we're on the precipice of existential change here, and we all need to come together and help each other. And it's going to be even more than that. It's helping humanity as they start to merge in their metaphysicality. When Jay cranks up the world once he crosses over, and this is serious, serious stuff, folks. And the 3,000 people, or out of 3,000 people, he's cranked up. There's only been a handful of really great people who've ever produced videos. And it could be that at some point I'm going to get on their arse. I'm going to get on their arse. I don't care who it is. You name the name and I'm going to get on their arse for not continuing to produce videos. They are absolutely key to continuing and fostering, the efforts of Deanna and Jay, and helping them acquire their metaphysicality. This is so important. Maybe I should talk about this in every video. Anyway, I'm going on 16, 17 minutes here. I'm going to sign off and I guess leave it at that. So, okie dokie. And okay, so I have to stop recording like this. Sayonara.